Alright, what we got going on here, we got a completely mangulated jug line. I don't remember what was in it. Most likely it was a turtle that got all wrapped up in this, and just the line's all unspun and it's just not in good shape. It needs to be repaired. You can see the line's all untwisted and just not good shape anymore and needs to be redone. So I'm going to start off just breaking it down, taking it apart. Basically these are 3/4 inch PVC with a larger type swim noodle on there. Ends on both sides, eye hook, 1/4 inch, and they're obviously glued on the ends so it won't pull apart. And that's how I make the floats for these. And bright colors work good, are obviously best. Try to have to get things that'll blend in with your water. Unfortunately, where I'm at in Oklahoma, this orange kind of blends in, but in some lighting circumstances it really sticks out great. But when the water's kind of muddy around here, it's kind of orange. But that's how that goes. Anyways, I'm going to start taking this apart here. Take off my weight off of here, and basically cement and a red cup, one of your red beer party cups. This here is broken off a little bit. It's been dropped a few times and whatever, but it's still got enough weight on it where it's still going to work just fine. I'll start getting this all taken apart here more, and hopefully here I'll show you guys some of the knots I use and that kind of stuff. So. Okay, I was able to save one of the hook leaders. It's still in good enough shape where it can be used. The other one is just, this one was green and it got chewed on so much it's just frayed, and you can actually see the end is still green, but the one part here, it just got so worked over it actually lost its pigment out of it. So I'm sure it's compromised, and definitely don't want to lose a good fish just for being a little lazy. Basically got all my swivels and whatever still left over, so we'll be reusing those. What we're going to start off with first here, I guess, I'm going to do the main line first. And basically the lake that we mainly fish, it's about 35-foot maximum depth, and usually where we set up fishing is right about 18 to 25 feet, usually about in that range is about usually how deep we put these guys. But I like to have about 30 feet of line on there, so that way if they drag it out or whatever, I can get out there. So what I'm going to do, since I'm just a hair under 6 foot tall, I'm basically going to do like about 5.5 pulls, or excuse me, 6.5 pulls, because that's going to be about 30 feet of line on there. So anyways, there goes 1, 2, 3, 4, there's 5, 6, and just a little extra for relaxing, what have you. Okay. So what I'm going to do is work my way from the bottom up on this here. So I'm going to go and tie a loop knot in here. Stick my swivel on. And just tie a basic loop knot on here. So make a loop. really snug it down, and basically that's it right there. Let the swivel work good, and I'm really not going to worry about taking the tag end off of that. It's fine, it won't bother anything. That'll go to the weight. Now what we want to do here, since the line's right here, about, I'm going to have that little set up a little bit off the bottom, about a foot. Go and get ready to tie a knot in here. So what I'm going to need to do right now is go and tie a couple knots in my main line. There goes one. And this line's heavy enough here to where those will usually stop the swivels from going all the way down. So burn the end of this here a little bit. Alright, so what we're going to have here, we're going to have that knot that I just put in there. It's going to basically be a stopper. Alright, see, that's stopping it there on the one end there, like so. And then what I'm going to do is tie another one on the other side of it. So basically I got this swivel captured in there, and what it can do, see, it can spin around the line. So you got the swivel working in multiple ways at that point right there. It can't go up and down, but it can go around the line. So a fish can go around and around and around and spin and do all kinds of stuff before your line starts getting tangled up. Alright, so what's going to happen here, we're just going to go through and stick this guy here on the swivel like so. And what that helps with is when you're going and untangling fish, because these things get tangled up all the time, you can take the hooks off, then you just got your main line and your weights and stuff on there. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go up about 24 inches. So break out the tape measure here and just to make things a little easier. And right there's the 24 inches. And what I'm going to do is tie another knot in it here. Could have done this from the other end, would have been shorter pulls, but oh well, what do you do? Anyways, I'm going to put this other swivel on. We're going to slide this other swivel on. Alright, hit the stopper there, so tie another knot here, and it's just a basic little granny knot basically. we've tried using 3 hooks on these things, and man, they just get so tangled up with 3 hooks on them. It was just like, it's just so much easier dealing with them with 2 hooks. Also makes deploying them easier because you don't need to be 12 foot tall to deal with them. Anyway, so that's on there like that. Now next, what I'm going to do, try to get this untied, is we're going to put the hook on, and go and seal that guy off here, melt him down a little bit. We'll do a snell knot on here. Actually works out pretty easy to do. There you go, like that right there, and just pull that on down. Oh, that guy there messed up a little bit. That's not how that's supposed to turn out. Alright, we're going to try that snell knot again here. Definitely didn't get it right the last time here. So, wrap around, wrap around, wrap around, wrap around. One more time. Through the loop at the end. That's what I didn't do right the last time. I didn't hold the... There you go. That's a good knot right there, and the harder it pulls, the tighter it gets, and it's all good. Turn this little tag end off a little bit. Hit it with the torch. Now, since I know my jug here is 18 inches long, we'll give it that length and then a little bit more for the knot. And then I'm going to button that shut. And basically just tie a little granny loop in there, and that'll be it. There's that. Let me get this guy on there. So we got our 2 hooks, bottom swivel for the weight. Now we're going to get up over here to the other end. Burn that shut. So what we're going to do here is slide this through the swivel there. Do another little granny loop knot up here to hold top swivel on. And there we go. We're ready to go fishing again. Just take this guy here and get it over the jug and wrap him up. When you do these right, you can just bait your lines with a couple of feet of line out from the weight, and then you can throw them overboard, and when they're in the water, it just spins around and deploys the line for you. looks like it's coming out just fine. Alright. So I usually like to do this here is wrap the line and leave the hook hanging. Try not to get everything all messed up. And what I'll do, I'll wrap this line and stick it down the other, put the hook down the other end. Same with the other one here, wrap this guy up. Wrap this guy here a little bit. Get him on the other end of the noodle. There we go. Repaired this guy, back for action here. It's right at the end of February 2023 and just getting ready. Fired up the boat the other day, it fired right up. Getting ready for fishing season. It's going to take off here pretty soon. Just got a couple more cold days to deal with here in Oklahoma and spring will be upon us. But this guy here is ready to go.